What's up, guys? Welcome back to CNC Outdoors, and today we're going to be doing a top 5 spring baits for bass fishing. I've been fishing a lot lately. We crappie fished yesterday, and then Friday night we bass fished. Today's Sunday, and we did pretty good crappie fishing yesterday. I didn't make any videos. I was just fun fishing, but we're going to try to get a fishing video here for you guys pretty soon. Friday night bass fishing. We did okay. We sunk some brush, and then me and my dad bass fished together, and he caught 2 nice fish. Then I had a 5-pounder come off at the boat. That made me pretty upset, but it was a good night overall. And so today I'm gonna be doing a top 5 spring bass fishing baits, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So first up, I have as my number 1 pick is just a nice jig. I like these for fishing the beds and flipping it in there on the bed and getting the fish agitated, catching the buck bass first. You always want to catch the buck bass first, and then throw him off the other side of the boat, and so he has a minute. So it takes him a minute to find his bed back, and then you flip back in there and catch the big mama. So I like a nice heavy jig for flipping in there and getting those fish. So that's number 1 up on my list. I usually like a football head jig for the way they stand and say level. And I usually want a trailer for just like get the fish's attention and to get like a little bit more agitated, like it's a bigger thing and they want to get it out of there. So second up, I have a Texas rig curly tail worm, and all I'll use for this is just a bullet weight and then a worm hook. Get out of here, bug. A worm hook and a bullet weight, and then a curly tail worm. Any kind of curly tail worm really works, but I like these for getting fish that are passing by and eating and coming back from their bed. I like that curly tail worm. This is one of the best all-around baits to fish with. So that's my second pick. And then I like a spinner bait for a little bit. This bait isn't necessarily like middle of spring. I like this like early spring when it's pre-spawn and the fish are feeding up, getting ready to sit on their bed for a while, lay those eggs and take care of them, because most fish, once they get on their bed, they won't come off for a day or two, so they feed up and get real nice and fat. That's why during the spring when it's spawn season, you'll catch a lot of really big fish. So I like a spinner bait for when they're feeding up. So that's my number 3 pick. And then my next 2 picks for baits are good baits that I like to use for pre-spawn for when the fish are feeding up. So my next bait that I picked was a jerk bait. And I like this bait for the same thing I chose the spinner bait for, was to get the fish's attention and catch those big pre-spawn fish that are feeding up on these baits. So that's my number 4 pick, and I really like this. Like I said, I picked another one for feeding up, and this is just like a swim bait. So what I like to do is Texas rig this. This is one style, is to Texas rig this, and you can swim it across the top of the water and maybe get a blow up without a bullet weight, or you can most people don't do this, but I find it pretty useful sometimes, is to put a bullet weight on it and just drag it across the ground on the bottom of the lake, just like that. And usually that triggers the bass to think that they can get an easy meal of a little bait fish eating little bugs out of the mud and stuff, and also can get them to believe that this bait is just like a wounded bait fish or something. So I really like this bait. And then you can just have a normal swim bait, and like a weighted head swim bait, and just swim that under the water to get a fish's attention. So these are my top 5 spring fishing baits. I'll go over them again. So I've got a jig, Texas rig curly tail worm, spinner bait, jerk bait, and a swim bait. thank you guys for watching. Go check out any of our other videos. We should, yesterday's video should have been a shotgun video of Christian going over the shotgun that he just got, that he uses in trap. He used it yesterday in trap, and he did really well with it. He did really, really well with it. So I'm looking forward to posting more videos for you guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out all our other videos. Peace.